Good morning, my friends, and welcome back to AstroBeauty, where we do our best to make every day beautiful. And how do we do that? Oh, by matching our makeup to the moon signs. And what's the moon sign for today? The moon sign for today is Sagittarius. So, why don't I just go ahead and make up the face, and then I will be back for Sagittarius makeup and Sagittarius astrology. See you in just a minute. Alright guys, so here I am back with my full face of face makeup on, and I'm ready to talk about the astrology and the makeup for all you Sag people for the month. So let's get started. For my Sag vibe today, as you can see, I'm wearing navy blue because I just can't seem to pull myself away from the night sky theme feeling with Sag ever. I'm not doing that in terms of my makeup today though. For my makeup today, I am going to go with the more wintry, Sag, winter, deeper type of red fire sign vibe today. I am actually going to use this Pacifica Tiger's Eye palette, and I'm going to use a few of these shades right here. I'm also going to use one of my samples from the All Natural face. It's the color Pomegranate, and I love this red so much. I can't find anything I like as much as this for reds, so I'm going to use this. And I think I'm going to go a little bit into this brown shimmer right here from 100% Pure. I'm an all-natural makeup channel. I only use natural makeup because I think it's great, and I like to find alternatives to chemicals when I put stuff on my skin that's going into my body, because our skin is the largest organ in our body. It's got tons and tons of pores in it, and everything that goes on our skin gets sucked through our pores into our bloodstream and is then filtered by our organs. So one of my ways to reduce the toxic load on my system is to use natural makeup brands, and I love trying them and seeing how they compare. Well, I really don't have much a point of a reference for comparison because I don't use the other stuff, but just seeing generally how fantastic they work and how great they are. So let's get started. Okay, it's Sag moon time. Let me prime my eyes and we can start talking about the astrology. Like I said, I'm doing more of like, I don't know, like a burgundy kind of like smokier eye today. I don't know exactly what you'd call it, but we'll figure it out as we go along. So this is my eyeshadow primer. It's from the All Natural Face. Love that brand. Best quality for price point, I'm pretty sure, on the planet. So you should check them out. They have really great sample and starter kits too. It's where I have like a trillion samples from that I use all the time. All right, so Sag. Well, what's going on this month as the moon goes into Sagittarius? The first thing right now I always think of when I think of Sagittarius is Jupiter. Because Jupiter rules Sagittarius, Jupiter is also currently in Sagittarius. There's a lot of planets in their ruling signs right now, actually. Saturn's in Capricorn, Neptune is in Pisces, Jupiter is in Sagittarius, and we just had the new moon in Libra, and Venus is in Libra. So that's generally planets functioning like very powerfully and very strong. But with Jupiter, and Jupiter recently went direct. So when the moon goes through Sag every month during this time, it is conjuncting, and I believe there's only like 2 more months that Jupiter is in Sag. It's around like 18 degrees right now, moving its way out. It's been there for a long time because it's been direct. All right, first I'm going to just lay down a base layer of this sandstone to get things started. And Jupiter expands things, brings gifts, blessings, like great wisdom. It's like the spiritual Santa Claus kind of the zodiac, I guess you could say. Luck, blessings, gifts. There's other stuff associated with Jupiter too, but and expands things, makes things bigger. So when the moon goes through Sag, it will conjunct Jupiter, and depending on, that's just going to be like an expansion of things generally, and then we need to look at the aspects that Jupiter is making to see what else is going to be happening with that. So we know that Jupiter is an almost, like literally almost exact square for this new moon cycle with the black moon and Neptune that are conjunct in Pisces. And so that makes for an expansion of quite a strong and powerful energy for like dissolving issues, like disillusionment, like dealing with healing shadow side and trauma issues. So there is an expansion of that throughout the course of the month, which will be playing out differently for all of us, depending on like what area of life it's affecting. But a lot of times, things don't look or feel like really good when the healing process is just starting. So I feel like it could trigger like an expanded sort of like feeling of depression or hopelessness as we kind of like move through it in facing, embracing, dissolving, resolving, and healing those issues. And if you watched my new moon video, I actually, like, even though it's kind of an expansion of those type of energies, and that could kind of like lead for like a little bit of time of I don't know, maybe like general sense of, like I said, like depression or like just wanting to withdraw from things generally. I do think that because Venus is assisting this, and Venus is in direct aspect by degree from the new moon, I do think that like ultimately there is like an infusion of love and like beauty that's ultimately like underneath it, that I think that we will like come to terms with at some point over the month. But in the beginning, moving through it, I do feel like Jupiter expanding that black moon and Neptune conjunction could kind of just give like a general sense of like confusion, listlessness, like hopelessness, feeling more depressed, sort of, as we're like internally processing these issues and not exactly sure, how to move forward with them right now. All right, next I am going to use, let's see, I'm going to use this color Tiger right here, and I'm just going to go kind of like over my lid. Like I said though, not only was Venus an aspect to the black moon Neptune at the time of the new moon that Jupiter is in square to, but Venus was also in sextile to Jupiter at that time, 1 degree off. I had the degrees a little messed up when I did my new moon video, I think. I had them like switched a little bit, but yeah, only 1 degree off. Venus was at 17 degrees and Jupiter at 18 degrees. So because Venus was there at the new moon, I do still think that she is playing a role in assisting in these changes and kind of helping us out with like some type of like infusion of love coming through like relationships, or just more Venetian type things. Venus rules relationships, or like luxury, relaxing, pleasure, like beauty, that type of thing. All right, I'm just going to go around my eye a little bit with this. So yes, we had the moon conjunct Jupiter, and for all of us, that as that happens, it'll be like an expanded emotional situation, because the moon rules our emotions and like our internal thought processes and stuff like that. So it is the time of month, because Jupiter is in Sagg, where there's just like an expanded sense of internalization, I guess. And that could be like in regards to many, many different things, depending on where Sagg and Jupiter right now fall for you. So that's really all like that I have to say generally about the situation with Sagg as the moon goes through. Obviously Jupiter's there, so we're going to have an expanded sense of something. And all right, now I'm just going to use a little bit of this incense color. Can you even see that? Right here. And I'm going to go like just a little lower with it. I just want to use this and see what it looks like. So I'm only going to use a tiny bit. It looks kind of dark. So yeah, that's pretty much the news with Sagg right now. Just simply that Jupiter is there, so the moon will conjunct Jupiter and it will trigger off that square that's going on between Neptune and the black moon. And yeah, like I said, expanded emotions, they may lean more towards like depression, or the desire to withdraw, or just generally like not feeling super great because of that connection with Neptune and the black moon. Or it might cause you to be like super like self-analytical, or like trying, like maybe you might get some like insight or inspiration or like wisdom into your complexes, or like shadow side issues or traumas. This is like being kind of patchy for some reason. Maybe I'm using not a good brush. Here we go. That's better. So yeah, that's like basically the thing for this next couple days. The moon will set off the Jupiter and Neptune black moon square, because they're in Pisces and Jupiter's in Sagg. And Pisces and Sagg are both mutable and they're in square to each other. All right, I'm just going to put a little bit more of this sandstone color just like right here. And then I'm going to go into my pomegranate That's what we got so far. All right, so moving on, let's talk about you Sag people and how we think this is going to play out for you guys over this next month. Now, for you, my friends, first of all, the new moon happened in your 11th house, because if you're an ascendant in Sag, okay, and this is the pomegranate. It's loose minerals. I'm going to order a pressed, but it was a sample, so it's fine. For you guys, first of all, ascendant in Sag people, that puts Jupiter direct in your sign. So things, since Jupiter went direct over the past, like a few weeks, around August 12th, so like a month and a half ago, I would think things have started moving forward a lot better for you guys. And I would think that things are going pretty well for you now, although there is that square going on to, let's see, Pisces would be on your 4th. So you do have that square to your 4th house with where the black moon and, yes, the black moon and Neptune are. So that's a thing. There might be some tension, especially as the moon goes through your sign and conjuncts Jupiter, because right now Jupiter is direct in your sign. So you personally should be doing quite well, like very well. Things should be going really well for you on a personal level, and things should be expanding for you on a personal level. Blessings, personal, yes. However, there may be some tension surrounding like the home for some reason, or like the roots, family, mother, like dynamic, because you have that black moon and Neptune in your 4th house. So there's some type of like shadow side trauma, insecurities, like things you don't want to look at, things that hold you back, self-sabotaging programming, self-sabotaging beliefs, something like that, that is going on surrounding the area of home, the mother, the family, roots, what gives you like a sense of security and nurturing, something like that is impacting, or there's just tension with you trying to personally expand. Okay, let's move on. We've said that you have Jupiter in your 1st, just went direct, squaring the planets in the 4th. So there's that. Now, the new moon for you guys happened in your 11th house. And you have Mars in the sun and that stuff. That was in your, I think I went a little too much. Let's see how we can fix this. Moon, the sun, Mars, and all of those planets were in your 11th house at the new moon. So that definitely puts an emphasis on groups, organizations, friends, social causes, things bigger than yourself. Just generally like group dynamics, hopes, wishes, dreams, things you're aspiring for and towards. A lot of energy towards, pursuing goals, associating with groups, maybe like, I don't know, some type of just like organizations, things bigger than yourself. All right, I'm putting more of the sandstone on now to kind of blend it out. I went a little higher than I was anticipating with this red, but you know what? It's Sag. We're going to make it work. I just need to blend it out a little bit. So, yeah. That's basically where your energy, like you may have just been super social, or you might be finding yourself to be super social over the next new moon cycle. Especially with Mars and the sun, they're going to conjunct, and that only happens like once a year. And it's going to be, I believe, in your 11th house, if you're ascendant in Sag. So things should go really well with friends, groups, other people. Like if you're trying to make like complete a goal, or you know, like run for city council, or like become like a part of something, a group larger than yourself right now, it should go well for you. Although because the sun and Mars are in your 11th house, which rules friends, there also might be some type of like aggression, more aggressive people, masculine type people that you meet and encounter. And obviously, you know, that's fine. It's not like a bad thing. But it just, you might notice that just because all of that like intense masculine energy is in those areas. Okay, so there's that. Now I am going to use this shimmery brown right here out of my Punk Princess palette from 100% Pure. Punk Princess 100% Pure. So many P's. It's like an alliteration. I'm homeschooling right now, and we do alliterations. We say sentences with words that all begin with the same letter, and it made me think of that when I said whatever I just said, because I don't remember now. Except for, Punk Princess 100% Pure palette. Alright, I'm just going to put this right over my lid. I don't want it to go up, because that's not the look that I'm going for. But that is. Alright, so what am I saying? Yeah, so this month you guys might have lots of energy to be like out and about networking. And things should go well for you. You might make a lot of new friends. Like, you might complete some goals that you've been working towards. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. And that will also put the full moon happening in your 5th house. So that should be, you guys should be having some really good fun times as we move through this month. Maybe like all of the networking and friend making and socializing and goal pursuing that you're doing in the beginning of the month starts paying off towards the full moon in the middle of the month in your 5th house of like celebration and like getting to shine and being the center of attention and having fun. So yes, I think you might notice that a lot of like an uptick in your maybe like socializing over this month has some type of really fun time like payout during the full moon. So we'll see how that goes. I love this color. Honestly though, I really, really love this color, but it's not quite giving me as much of a shimmer as I'm wanting on my lid right now. So I actually think I'm going to go into my Ultimate Brown Shimmer out of this original Pacifica Solar palette. This right here is the shimmeriest brown shimmer I've like ever seen in my life. So I think I'm actually just going to put a little bit of that over it because I want my lid to be very shimmery. Yes. All right, so new moon in your 11th, full moon, you see. That's a pink rose undertone shimmer. This is definitely a gold undertone. And the undertone is not really that important to me right now. Rose or gold will both go with the look that I'm trying to do today, so it's really just about the shimmer for me right now. Yes. All right. So yes, 11th and 5th for you guys this month. Socializing, networks, groups, goals, wishes, dreams, hopes, friends, organizations, and fun times, glory moments. That's what you got coming towards you at the full moon. Now for you guys at the new moon, I'm just going to go under my eye around it with a little more of this pomegranate, and then I'm going to come a little bit closer to the edges with the brown. Now, like I said, for you guys this month, you had all that energy in your 11th house at the new moon. Ooh, I don't know why the light does that. At the new moon. And then throughout the month, all right, now I'm going to just come under with the gold a little bit. And I am going to use underneath my eyes this more undertone pink shimmer, just because I want to. I don't want the more gold underneath my eyes. So Venus and Mercury are going to be moving into your 12th throughout the month. And although they were probably around your 11th for the new moon, which again, you know, that's like really nice messages and people being nice to you and saying nice things to you and doing like speaking eloquently in your like group settings and like people being attracted to you and stuff like that. But as they move into the 12th, you may notice that you start feeling kind of like creatively inspired. The 12th house is, you know, divine inspiration, connection to spirit, higher self, creativity. And with Venus in Mercury there, that might be like a theme for you. You might find yourself kind of like wanting to like retreat and be creative or tap into your more creative self, or maybe you're having like really beautiful dreams, or like you're getting some type of like divine like messages or something like that. Mercury in the 12th, beautiful music. Venus, Mercury in the 12th, beautiful writing, stories, stuff like that. So maybe throughout this month, you find yourself having some sort of like infusion of like beautiful creative energy or divinely inspired energy. And all of that will help you in your 11th house situation that you guys all have going on. Networking, groups, striving for your dreams. It's got to help with Venus, beauty, love, Mercury, communications, information messages, tapping into that higher source of creative power. So that's nice. Another thing that we have to discuss for you ascendants is that if you're an ascendant, that, like I said earlier, that puts the black moon Neptune square into your 4th house. So I mentioned this, but don't be surprised if there's like an underlying like feeling of tension all month around like home matters, the house, home, roots, mother, maternal, nurturing, caring, security type issues, with maybe some type of internal conflict about like you like expanding your own sense of self. Like there has to be some type of tension going on right now between Jupiter in your 1st house trying to grow things about you personally, and the black moon and Neptune trying to like, there's some type of shadow issue or things that need to be healing. Something is causing tension between you guys' personal sense of expansion and like things that you have like deep-seated programming or belief systems about regarding the home that are maybe frustrating you or making you feel held back, or that you generally just need to get to the bottom of and clear out so that you can move on with your expansion. Jupiter in your 1st house, bringing you gifts, blessings, and helping you grow in some way. All right. Now my lashes are finally curled with my extremely unfunctional eyelash curler. And I am going to take this here Pacifica liquid liner, which I absolutely love. And I'm going to do a line like all the way in from the corner out. And I like to start at like right here first and draw my line up from the bottom so that I make sure that I have like the right angle. And then I can just like draw it in here for when I go across my eye. But yeah, I just feel like I'm more likely to get a more accurate angle like that. I don't have enough room. So Neptune in the 4th, focusing on issues surrounding the home, shadow side issues, like things you don't want to look at, things that hold you back, things you feel guilty like internally about for some reason. Whether you've like done anything to feel that way or not, it's just like our programming. And that's what we're all really trying to break through and clear those black moon issues, especially with Neptune there, and especially this month because of the Libra cycle and everything that Venus was doing at the new moon. I think that we have a lot of like love, unconditional love energy coming to us to help us with this. I really like this. I need to get like 8 more just so I feel safe. Yeah, so that's like in your 4th house, like something in your around home, family, mother, nurturing. Yeah. Needs to be some reprogramming there and a release, a dissolving of things, a healing, basically. And that will help you with your Jupiter expansion in your 1st. All right, moving on. The next thing that I need to just address real quick, and I talked about this last time, and I'll probably bring it up like every time just because it's important, but there's not really that much to say about it right now. You guys, your big like transformation that's going to go on for you, your big purge, clearing, restructuring, and the black moon in the 4th is working on those issues also because Neptune and the black moon are in Pisces, which is in trine to Cancer, the north node where we're all trying to get to. So it's really like the black moon and Neptune are sort of like a root cause of the things that are holding us back and need to be cleared out. So then we can go through with that final Saturn, Pluto, south node, release of karma, purge, transformation, restructure. That is what we're working towards. So for you guys, you have that's happening in Capricorn, and as ascendant in Sagg, that puts Capricorn on your 2nd house. So this isn't like your big purge is in regards to like what you value, like value systems generally. Also, like money, finances, what you receive, and like how secure you feel about those type of things. Yeah, this is pretty. And I'm just going to go like a little bit in the corner with this over here just to kind of like bridge it together and kind of like bring it down just a little bit into my lash line. I'm not really drawing like a big line, but just kind of darkening it up a little bit. All right, and I actually, now that I have this down, this line down, I want to go a little over it with my 100% pure black tea liquid liner, just because it will make like a thicker, darker line, which is what I want today. That Pacifica is really, really great for super control and having like a really nice, fine, defined line. But this is just going to be a little thicker, a little more black. And just give me a little bit more of the type of line that I'm looking for today. The only thing I don't like about this, like full honesty, it gets in my eyelashes and then it like gets like sticky and it doesn't, I don't like it, like makes my eyelashes not go in mascara exactly right. So I find myself actually not really, like of all my 100% pure products, this liner is probably one that it's not probably, it is what I reach for the least. I mean, I do like it, but it's really kind of tricky for me to work with. And I don't have a lot of like time to waste messing around with things. So I guess that's my beef. That's why I don't really use it that much. It's just I don't feel like I have very much control, and I feel like it gets in my eyelashes and messes up my mascara. Okay, now I'm gonna get to my under eye. This is my eye look. That's what I wanted to do. I just need to do some mascara. All right, so back to you guys. So the second house, your big purge is happening in regarding like resources and value systems. What you value is going to be probably undergoing quite a big change somehow, or how you perceive value or how you value yourself, because that is the area of life where your ultimate like restructuring and release of karma needs to be. And also it's like tastes and things. Like maybe just your general like style, or like the taste that you have in things, or what you're comfortable with is going to change. And like I said, a lot of that will have to do with like fourth house, black moon type issues. Yeah, so somehow like ultimately the clearing and the healing that's going on with your fourth house issues will lead to probably a change in like value systems somehow. Like what you perceive to be valuable, or, you know, your financial situation maybe. Yeah. All right. So there's that. Now, where's my sponge? Here it is. I'm just going to push this in right here. I'm going to go over it with my 100% pure bamboo blur powder, like I do every day, because I just love it so much. So good. And I use this little brush that I have. Where are you? Nope, not that one. Not that one. Where are you? Are you my brush? Here it is. Just like this. Lastly, you guys, I wanted to talk about what Uranus is doing for you. Uranus shocks, surprises, brings the future, puts things right. It's like blessings in disguise, because Uranus usually doesn't feel like a good thing when it's happening. But ultimately, it's like when you look back and you're like, oh, that was awful, but thank God that happened, or else none of this other great stuff could have happened. So that's kind of like Uranus. And Uranus is in Taurus right now, which if you are an ascendant in Sag, that puts Gemini on your 7th, which puts Taurus on your 6th. So that's also like kind of interesting for this month, because all right, I'm going to do mascara, and then I'm going to do blush and a lip. Blush and a lip. All right, where are you, my beauty? Here she is. The only mascara that I ever have a desire to use. Not because it smells so good, but that's one of the reasons. The daily mascara sniff. I'm sorry the light keeps doing that. Like, I keep trying to come up with better lighting situations, and I just feel like nothing's helping. I just need to, like, get a good, like, light. I'll try at some point, sooner than later. I'm working on it. Okay, I'm working on it. So, yeah, with Uranus in your 6th, that's, like, basically, like, an entire new lifestyle. Because to me, the 6th house rules, like, our mundane life. And then its opposition, the 12th house, rules, like, our higher self, like, our, like, spiritual life, sort of, like, how we disconnect from the mundane world in reality, where the 6th house to me is, like, how we operate in mundane life and reality. And so with Uranus there in your 6th house, it says to me like really big dynamic, like out of nowhere changes in generally the way you do life, like your routines, your schedules, um, just how I can't even see my eyelashes. See, but the thing is, now I have this eyeliner in there in my eyelashes, and the beautiful mascara that I love so much is not going to go on as well as I want it to. Urgh. Okay, maybe I should have not curled my lashes first before I put it on, but then I'm like, but then what if it came off when I put the curler up there, you know? So many issues. So many issues. No, there's really barely any issues. Makeup is amazing. We can deal with them. So, yeah, like I feel like major shifts, changes like out of nowhere in just like how you schedule your life. Like how you or your daily like work, errands, tasks, stuff like that. So yeah, for you guys, that's where your like major shakeups are probably happening right now, just in regards to like your daily life activities and how you're of service. You know, like maybe you're having to like you'll change like how much you're doing for other people or you're doing for yourself. It also rules like pets and like to some extent finances. So I would just generally expect for you guys there to be changes in your lifestyle, how you do life. I just love this mascara. Look how pretty. So that's basically like what I'm thinking for you guys this month throughout the new moon cycle. And as Jupiter is in your first house or in your sign. Now also keep in mind if you are a sun or a moon in Sag and you were born with the sun or the moon like within a few degrees of where Jupiter's at right now, you're probably having really great times, getting tons of blessings, like really like doing well, being rewarded for your efforts and things, being like personally expanded somehow. When Jupiter conjuncts your sun, that is like when you shine like unlimitedly, like beyond so much. So yeah, those of you who have Jupiter with your sun right now, you're probably having great times. And those of you that have the moon there in Sag right now, there should be like, or if your moon is around the degrees, around 18 degrees where Sagittarius is right now, then you should definitely be experiencing some type of blessing in terms of the more moon qualities, characteristics. Maybe your mother's doing really well. Maybe like you have an enhanced ability to do your maternal things or to be more nurturing, or maybe like an expansion just around those general areas. Like maybe you're experiencing more mothering, more nurturing, or just an expanded sense of emotional, like maternal connection with things generally. So that's kind of how I feel about if you have your sun or your moon in Sag around the degrees where Jupiter is right now. And again, it just recently went direct like a month and a like 6 weeks in the middle of August. And so from that point forward, if you are in a sun and a Sag, or if your sun or your moon are close to the degrees where Jupiter is, things since then should have started going really well for you, I would think. All right, now I'm going to do my blush today. For my blush, I'm doing this shade Sherry from the All Natural Face. It's another one of my samples. I just have unlimited colors and blush samples, so I should use them. I've never used this color before. It's pretty dark, so I'm really only going to do a little bit like over here because I want to keep the inside of my face like kind of open. So let's see how this goes. I'm using this just like clear little empty loose mineral container like I do for all of these. All right. Let's see. how she looks. Yeah, this is a nice shade. I wanted something a little darker and more wintry to go with my Sag theme today, but I don't want it to be like too dark, and I think this is just right for what I was wanting. So yeah, that's the deal for you guys, Sag people. New moon in your 11th, lots of energy around, socializing or making things happen for yourself. Friends, networks, groups. And then once the full moon comes, it should be in your 5th house, so there should be some type of payoff in terms of good fun times or like personal recognition or yeah, something like that. Just having fun, entertainment, enjoying life, sports games, being in the center of attention, something like that. And then Mars and the Sun are coming conjunct in your 11th. Again, like be on the lookout just for more like masculine or maybe like aggressive type of people in your social groups and networks just because of the Sun and Mars there. And very nice. With Mercury and Venus going into your 12th house, some type of like creative, divinely inspired communications, messages, writing, something along those lines, I would think. You should have a lot of like really nice surges of creativity in some way coming to you as Venus and Mercury transit your 12th house. All right, so I'm liking that. Just need to buff this out a little bit more. I love this little buffer brush. I use it all the time. The All Natural Face sent it to me with something I ordered. They send you brushes sometimes, and I really love it. It's just, I don't know, the way that the bristles are positioned, it's just really nice buffer brush. All right, so now I am just going to bronze up my face a little bit.
Mama,
Yeah.
what are organs?
What's inside your body, like your stomach and your kidneys and stuff. And I'm going to use I'm just going to bronze up my face a little bit now, and I'm going to use just a little bit of tiny bit of this mineral or Physicians Formula bronzer just like right under my brow line because it's the perfect color that I want to just put the finishing blend on my shadow. All right, now I'm going to do this bronzer, and then I'm going to use some luminizer, and then we will call it, ooh, did you see that? I just like threw it up and caught it. That was good for me. We will call it a video. We will call it a look. And I don't want like a super dark bronze today, so I'm just using this. I got this in like a kit at TJ Maxx. It was like a Physicians Formula. It had a couple different types of powder, a bronzer, a blush, and then this bronzer. And I've used the powder and the bronzer so much. Yeah. And there is that. I'm going to just throw a little bit more of my powder on. And again, I am just using this Physicians Formula, like basic mineral powder. I've just been loving it. I don't know why, but I have. All right. And then I'm going to do my 100% pure luminizer today, just like across my cheeks because I want it to be a little brighter. And that'll be it. Well, I got to do a lip too. All right. So this is what I'm going to use right here. I really, really love this stuff. And I'm going to use it kind of like a blush today, even though I already did a blush. But I'm going to put it just like on the kind of like the apples of my cheeks right here because I want the outside of my cheeks to be flush, like my cheekbones, but not like the inner, like, Santa Claus portion of the cheeks that are really like the apples or whatever. So I'm going to use this. And I'm going to put some up here. I'm going to put some down here. I'm going to put some right here too. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And now, last but not least, I'm going to take this bamboo blur powder, 100% pure. And I'm just going to dust it kind of all over my face. Yes. Like this. And this is just going to like kind of seal in anywhere where any of those cream products, foundation, everything from earlier is still lurking around. And I just want a nice matte look today. Perfect. Sag! What do you guys think? I'm loving it so far. I mean, I say so far, but I'm pretty much done. I just need to do my lip now. All right. For the lip, I am going to go with more of like a brick red-ish to match my eyes. I'm using this Mineral Fusion pencil in the shade Graceful. Okay, so my lips are lined. That was Graceful by Mineral Fusions. Love these pencils. Yes, yes. They're so nice. And for my lip color today, again, because I felt so bad for talking so down on Mineral Fusions lip products, just like my Scorpio video, again, I'm going to use my Mineral Fusions lipstick in the shade Molten. It will just be perfect for my look today, and I actually really do like this lipstick. Now I kind of want to get all of them. It's kind of how it works with me. So I'm going to use this, and then I'm going to put a topper on it just to, you'll see. All right, so here's this. And like I said, these don't smell great. They're not like, you know, the most delicious smelling and tasting lip product ever, but there's really great ingredients and it's beautiful. So pretty. All right. They are quite, like, there is quite a sheen on them though. All right. So that's really pretty. I really like it. And it looks great. I could totally just do this and it matches my eye makeup perfectly. However, I have this lip and cheek from the All Natural Face that I super love. I can't wear it on my cheeks because it doesn't like spread. I don't know if it's just like this one that they sent me or if this is just the formula for this color. I don't know, but it doesn't work for me as a cheek color because it's too tacky. It doesn't spread. But for a lip cover, it is like literally one of my favorite things I've ever used. And this is the shade Touch of Peach. It's a blush color, but it is just so, and this is what it looks like. I mean, it's all over there, sorry, but it's just really hard to get out, so it goes all over. But over a lip color, it just gives like the most gorgeous, just like color on top of it. And it like makes it a little more matte almost too. I don't know. I really like wearing it over lip colors. You see? It's just so pretty. And I feel like it just makes the lip stay in place better or something. I don't know. It's just all about like the consistency of this particular product. It's just really pretty. All right, well, I guess this is my full shebang for today. Let me spray my face really quick. And I'm going to pat that in just like this, just to sort of seal everything down nice. And then I need to go finish getting myself together, and I will be back to do my final rundown. See you in a second. All right, hey guys, and here I am back with my full hair done, put together makeup look for today for the moon in Sagittarius. When the moon goes into Sag, I always find myself wanting to wear like darker blues, purples, more like night sky themes, or more like burgundies and more like browns, like winter themed type red. So that's what I did today. Kind of a combination of both. I'm wearing the navy blue, the dark starry night, Sag, galactic center of the galaxy, constellation-y thing. And then for my eyes, I went with the browns and just kind of like a darker, more winter fire sign theme. So for my makeup, what I did was I used, first off, a couple of colors out of my new Tiger's Eye Hemp Infused Pacifica palette. These are all natural makeup palettes, everything that I'm using. I started with the color Sandstone and just dusted it all over my eye. Then I went into the color Tiger around sort of the crease, and then a little bit lower with this color Incense. And then to get the really like brick burgundy, like darker red that I was going for, I used this color Pomegranate from the All Natural Face. It's Loose Minerals. I love this shade, and I really just did that like all the way around the crease of my eye. After that, I went into my Punk Princess palette, and I used this brown shimmer across my lid. And then I went over it with a little bit more of this brown shimmer out of the Solar palette from Pacifica right here, just to get an extra shimmery lid with the browns, because I wanted to stay with the burgundy brown type themes for this eye look. And then I went over with a black line from Pacifica, and then a black line just to make it a little thicker from 100% Pure with the green tea mascara. I also went around my eye with some of those shades that I described earlier. To finish it off, I used my 100% Pure black tea mascara from 100% Pure that I love. It smells so good. It works so well. I don't use anything else anymore because I love it that much. And so that is my whole eye look. For my face today, I did my normal routine, all natural face, and Pacifica for the foundation. I used a Burt's Bees highlight all-in-one for my cheek base today. For my blush, I used the shade Sherry from the All Natural Face, the mineral blush shade Sherry. And I used just my Physicians Formula bronzer around my face and my Physicians Formula powder. And then I sealed it all in with my Bamboo Blur Powder from 100% Pure, which is so great, and I love it so, so much. Now, that's my makeup look. That is the Sag vibe that I'm going for this month. Now for the astrology. So what we need to keep in mind when the moon goes through Sag right now is that right now Sag is the home of Jupiter for the next few months, and it's its own sign, and Jupiter just recently went direct. So as the moon goes through Sag, while Jupiter's there, there is generally going to be an emotional expansion of things, and that's just general for everybody, enhanced, increased emotionality, because Jupiter expands things, and the moon is our emotions, our internal thought processes. So when it goes through its monthly conjunction with Jupiter, that's when we might get a lot of expanded sort of emotional like inclinations and stuff like that. In terms of the new moon, at the new moon, Jupiter was in sextile to Venus, the ruler of Libra, for the Libra cycle. So I think that Jupiter and Venus are going to be bringing us beautiful blessings all month throughout the course of the month. And Jupiter was also in a square with Neptune and the black moon in Pisces at the new moon cycle. So I do think that Venus, like I said, is going to be assisting us in dealing with the tensions that might arise from uncovering and dealing with, dissolving, resolving, healing our black moon, shadow side, trauma type issues, and that is something that is going to be a highlight for this month. I mean, because it's a cardinal month and we are moving towards that grand conjunction in January, but also because of the square with Jupiter, who rules Sagittarius, was in effect for the entire month because it was in effect at the new moon. So that's basically what I feel like as the moon goes through Sag this month, an expansion of emotions because it will come to Jupiter, who is now direct, and also just generally for the month, an expansion of energy in regards to clearing out and dissolving, healing, resolving shadow issues and tensions that may arise from that. But Venus is there in that nice sextile assisting. Now for you ascendant and Sag people, also sun, moon, you have Jupiter in your first house right now, trying to expand something about you, trying to help you grow personally in some way, okay? And that also means that for the new moon and all of the energy that was happening in Libra at the beginning of the month, the end of September, is happening in your 11th house. So there should be like a big influx of energy or just activity surrounding socializing, groups, organizations, people, networks, connections, achieving goals, striving for wishes, dreams, hopes, generally just an enhanced social atmosphere for you guys. And then that is leading into the full moon, which will be in a couple of weeks in your 5th house. And at that point in time, there should be some type of general like payback from all of that socializing in the form of like really fun times, entertainment, being the center of attention, like really just having like a great time. Moon in the 5th house for the full moon cycle. And so also throughout the month, Venus and Mercury will be moving through Libra into Scorpio into your 12th house. So you might also have like an infusion of some type of like divine, beautiful inspiration for writing, creating, some type of messages, information, visions, dreams, something like that, with Venus, the planet of love and beauty, and Mercury, the messenger, in your 12th house of higher source, higher connection, like divine creativity, unconditional love, and stuff like that. Also, like I said, for you guys currently have your 4th house housing the black moon in Neptune, and that's in a square from your ascendant. So there is probably going to be some type of tension, or has been some type of ongoing tension regarding your need to develop and expand personally, in contrast to maybe issues or beliefs or set ways of being or understanding or feeling about issues related to your role in the home, or in terms of your mother, your roots, security, nurturing, stuff like that. So because that is where your black moon and Neptune are right now, trying to dissolve, resolve, heal issues around those areas of life, and that is creating tension with the expansion that's going on for you personally in your 1st house. Now for you guys, another thing that might be playing into it, you do have Pluto, Saturn, South Node in the 2nd, trying to like reorganize, redefine, clear out, purge, transform your value systems, or what you perceive as valuable, or what makes you feel comfortable and secure, the 2nd house, or your finances, how you deal with money. So that's issues that you're going to be working with throughout the next few months as we work towards the grand conjunction in January. And finally, Uranus for you guys in your 6th house, shaking up daily life, routine, habits, finances, legal situations, shocks, surprises, basically just in terms of the mundane ways that you serve yourself and the world around you, aka how you do daily life. That is where your surprises and shocks might come in for you guys. And like I said, if you have the sun or the moon around 18 degrees of Sagittarius, you are right there with Jupiter, and you should be getting some really beautiful, wonderful blessings, expansions, gifts, glories, something like that, while your planets are next to the benefactor of the zodiac, the bringer of gifts, Jupiter. So that's what I have for everyone today. I hope that you guys enjoyed my Sag video. This is my Sag makeup look. That's my Sag astrology. And I will see you guys next time for the moon in Capricorn, when we get to have our once monthly conjunction with all the big planets. So I will see you guys then. Have a great day. And until then, Astro Beauty out.